and welcome back to yet another long-awaited episode of Why You Should Watch. I've recently been gone for a while, as I've happened to move countries from living in Japan all the way to the United Kingdom. But that aside, I should be back to my regular self. However, whilst I've been away, I've had a few comments asking me to make some gaming videos as well as manga reviews, so I might give that a try and see how things go. I'd really like to give that a go only because I think I would enjoy it. So let me know what you think. Also, don't forget to check out my channel if you like what you see. And if you do like it, why not show it by hitting the like button and subscribing? Now, let's dive into today's episode. Jujutsu Kaisen, which may also be known as Sorcery Fight, is an action fantasy supernatural shonen by Akutami. The manga consists of both an up-to-date version as well as a prequel, and it's part of a Shounen Jumps weekly special. For the collection of manga series to have come out, I would definitely put this high on my list along with Chainsaw Man. Without much spoiler into the story, this series is definitely a go-to for those who love a good world build that surrounds itself with a hard magic system. On top of that, this hard magic system is something that has been thoroughly thought through, instead of consisting of boring usages of magic. Make sense? No idea, but let's keep going. From my experience reading this manga, this was one of the few to not have a slow start, where things picked up relatively fast as we take a deeper look into the magical system of the manga by chapter 14. This begins to make a bold statement saying that they're not as cliché as people might presume them to be. On top of all this, I can actually compliment this series for referring back to the start of their series to show an impact of the early occurrences we see on the main character, Yuji Itadori. And speaking of Yuji, he is a character who already has his mind made up on what he wants to personally achieve, which sets the tone for a linear story that might be able to stay coherent with progression. And might I add, the villains aren't just evil for the sake of being evil. Instead, we dive into a story that might add some psychological mind games, making us question if the villains are truly evil or are their actions justified until the very end. I typically enjoy stories that make you second guess the perspective from which we watch something, as it shows a lot of time and effort went into making the viewer's experience something memorable, which I can honestly say doesn't happen often. Actually, as of recent, I feel that it's become harder and harder to recognize the significance of an anime and keep it in my personal diary of my best watches. Most of my favorite memorable animes stem from pre-2015, and I would hope that maybe this anime or something new will be able to break this mundane cycle. I've seen loads of comments about readers getting Hunter x Hunter vibes from the starting 50 chapters, but fortunately for myself, yes I say fortunately, I have not seen Hunter x Hunter. However, I cannot knock down the facts that it is a popular anime that had a great hit, therefore making it quite reassuring that maybe Jujutsu Kaisen will have that same nostalgic feeling people have been looking for in an anime. From the 2 trailers that have been officially released, I can more than happily say I am excited and feel that maybe things might stay faithful to the manga when previewing some clips. On top of that, to see a beautifully dark artistic setting be carried over definitely provides the horror I've been anxiously waiting for. The shortly displayed fight scenes look like they may be something to keep forward to, and possibly able to execute some great action, similar to Fate Apocrypha. I only mention Fate Apocrypha because I get some fight scene vibes from it, but don't worry about my nonsense, I'm just crazy. And last but not least, our studios who will be bringing this story to life is Mapa Studios. We are hopefully all aware of Mapa Studios from their famous hits like Zankyu no Terror, Kakegurui, Dororo, The God of High School, and Inuyashiki. These hits all have something in common, and you want to know what that is? That's great direction. Something I feel we've been lacking from a lot of series recently, and I'm actually glad to see that this might be done right. But you know what? That's okay. That sums up everything. I've been Youkai, thanks for watching, and peace out.
Shadows settle in the place you left. Our minds are troubled by